This is Miss Parody, and today I'm going to talk to you about the Cartesian plane. I have a plane that you'll notice is separated by two bold lines. The first of these lines is what we call the x-axis. It is a horizontal line running through the plane. The y-axis is a vertical line running through the plane. Notice that both of these axes are labeled appropriately, the x-axis with an x and the y-axis with a y. Now the x-axis is always labeled with a scale, and this scale is always put below the bold line. You'll notice that at the very center, where the x-axis meets the y-axis, the x-axis has a scale value of 0. To the right of this point, the values are increasing by increments of 1. And to the left of this point, the values are decreasing. Similarly, on the y-axis, where it meets the x-axis, it has a value of 0, and above the x-axis, it is rising by values of 1, whereas below the x-axis, it is decreasing by values of 1. This point, where the x and the y-axis meet, is what we call the origin. It has the coordinates 0, 0, and it is where the y value is equal to 0 as well as the x value. Ordered pairs are what we use to map out points in the Cartesian plane. An ordered pair has two coordinates. The first coordinate is the x-coordinate, and it measures the horizontal distance of any point from the origin. The y-coordinate measures the vertical distance of the exact same point from the origin. Now you'll see here, back to our Cartesian plane, that it is separated into 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1, as labeled in the diagram, falls where all x values would be positive and all y values would also be positive. This meaning that any coordinate that lies in this quadrant would have a positive x-coordinate and a positive y-coordinate. Going counterclockwise, we have quadrant 2, which lies in a quadrant where all x values would be negative and all y values would be positive, meaning the coordinates would be negative, then positive. Quadrant 3 lies in a region where all x-coordinates would be 0 and all x-coordinates would be negative and all y-coordinates would be negative. And quadrant 4 having all positive x-coordinates with negative y-coordinates. So let's use these coordinates to map out a couple of points on the Cartesian plane. We'll start off by plotting the point A, -2, 3. So remembering that the first coordinate gives us the horizontal distance of the point from the origin, we start at the origin and move -2 units along the x-axis. From here, we use the y-coordinate to measure our vertical distance, and we rise 3 units up the y-axis because it is positive. So here we have our point A, -2, 3. Let's now plot the point B with coordinates 4, 0. So starting at the origin, we're going to move 4 units to the right, since 4 is positive. And since our y-coordinate is 0, we will not be moving up or down any points. So there we have our point B, 4, 0.